Welcome to all. This is Srinivasan, Assistant Professor in Mathematics Department, Sri Sai Ram College of Engineering. Today we will discuss the module number 3. The topic is Z transform and difference equation. The last two videos we will discuss what is meant by Z transform and where we used and what is the problem based on Z transform. Now come to the important application difference equation of Z transform. So some type of difference equation we can't solve by ordinary method. The type of problem we will solve easily by using Z transform. Okay, so that is the main application for the Z transform. Now we will discuss some problems and as well as a solution. Okay, so before going to solve the problem, we remember the main important formulas. That is a second shifting property. So z into f of n plus 1 equal to z into capital F of z minus z into f of 0. In this two formula is very important. This is formula or second shifting property. In this in this three formula only we will use the problems. Okay, so these three formulas are very important. Okay, so where we apply this formula we will discuss. First problem, solve un plus 2 plus 3 into un plus 1 plus 2 into un equal to 0 given the data u not equal to 1 and u1 equal to 2. So we can solve the difference equation. So this equation we can't solve by normal method. So now we apply the Z transform. Clear? Sometimes they will ask this is yn plus 2, yn plus 1, yn. Okay, un or yn are the same. So first, given the difference equation un plus 2 plus 3 un plus 1 plus 2 un equal to 0. Also given u not equal to 1 and u1 equal to 2. Now, taking z transform on both sides. So, z transform on both sides, we get this equation. And I split the z transform for each term. Z into un plus 2 plus 3 into z into un plus 1 plus z into un equal to z of 0. Now here we apply the shifting property. What is z into un plus 2? See, z into f of n plus 2 equal to z square f of z minus z square f of 0 minus z f of 1. If the function is f means we get f. If the function is y means we get y. If the function is u means we get u. So replace f by u, we get this equation. That is z square into capital uz minus z square into small u0 u of 0 minus z into u of 1 plus again we applied z into n plus 1 formula. What is z into f of n plus 1? Like z into capital F of z minus z into f of 0. Here replace capital F is capital U and capital F by small u. That is t into z into capital U of z minus z into u of 0 plus 2 into capital U of z. What is z into u of n? That is u of z. So z into z of 0 equal to 0. Now I collect all capital U z's. So capital UZ is z square plus 3z plus 2 into capital UZ minus remaining term is z square into u of 0. U of 0 value is 1 and u of 1 value is 2. Substitute e of 0 value is 1 and u of 1 value is 2. So we get z square into 1 minus z into 2 minus 3z into 1 equal to 0. Now taking remaining opposite direction, we get z square plus 3z plus 2 into u of z equal to z square plus 5z. In this equation, taking z outside, we get z into z plus 5. So z square plus 3z plus 2 is nothing. Z plus 1 into z plus 2 of u of z. This is a normal procedure. We can find the roots, that is z plus 1 into z plus 2. So capital U of z equal to, this time taking opposite direction, we get z plus 1 into z plus 2. So the problem of is completed. So next to find z inverse of u of z. What is z inverse of u of z? Z inverse of, this is the u of z. We found some values, that is z into z plus 5 into z plus 1 into z plus 2. So this is u of z. Then z inverse is nothing, u of z. Okay, so in this term z inverse of u of z equal to capital U of z. From here I take the z opposite direction, we get capital U of z divided by z equal to z plus 5 divided by z plus 1 into z plus 2. Now using the normal partial fraction method. Okay, so have to solve this equation, z plus 5 divided by z plus 1 into z plus 2. that is equal to a divided by z plus 1 plus b divided by z plus 2. So the equation is z plus 5 equal to a into z plus 2 plus b into z plus 1. Now solve, put z equal to minus 2, we will get b value. Put z equal to minus 1, we will get a value. Okay, and a and b value substitute in the equation, that is 4 divided by z plus 1 minus 3 divided by z plus 2. Okay. So this equation is equal to u of z divided by z. Here, this equation is that equation 2, u of z divided by z, the full term is. So u of z divided by z equal to 4 divided by z plus 1 minus 3 divided by z plus 2. So taking z opposite direction, we get u of z equal to 4 into z divided by z plus 1 minus 3 into z divided by z plus 2. Already we know u of z, what is u of z mean. Okay, now taking z inverse z transform on both sides. So z inverse of u of z equal 4 into z inverse of z divided by z plus 1 minus 3 into z minus z inverse of z divided by z plus 2. So clearly we know z inverse of z divided by z plus 1, that means z inverse of z divided by z plus a is a power n, that is inverse z transform. So this value is minus 1 power n. So z minus of a means it's a power n, it is plus 1. So this entire value is minus 1 power n. Minus 3 into this entire value is minus 2 power n. So the and z inverse of capital U of z is nothing, small u of n. Okay, this is our required equation. Okay, the difference equation we have to apply z transform. We get the solution 4 into minus 1 power n minus 3 into minus 2 power n. Okay, the next problem. This is also same problem, but the function only different. Y into n plus 3 minus 3 into y in n plus 1 plus 2 into y of n equal to 0. The given the data y of 0 equal to 4 and y of 1 equal to 0 and y of 2 equal to 8. Okay, first collect all the given data. Next we can apply the z transform on the each term. Apply the z transform on the both side, and after that apply the z transform on the each term, and we can expand z into f of n plus 3 value and z into f of n plus 1 and z into f of n. Okay, after that we can collect all capital yz's, and the remaining is taking outside. We get 4z into z square minus 1 divided by, and this is simple roots of z cube minus 3z plus 2 is z minus 1 the whole square into z plus 2. Okay, taking this opposite direction, this is our capital Y of z. Now we have to find capital Y of z equal to 4z into z plus 1 into z minus 1 divided by z minus 1 whole square into z plus 2. So here we get 4z into z plus 1. So here z minus 1 and here 1 z minus 1 is cancelled. We get 4z into z plus 1 divided by z minus 1 into z plus 2. To find now inverse, z inverse of capital Y of z equal to z inverse of 4z z plus 1 divided by z minus 1 into z plus 2. So z inverse of y of z is nothing. Okay, this is it's nothing, small y of z. A solution. Okay, here taking z outside opposite direction, I get capital Y of z divided by z equal 4 into z plus 1 into z minus 1 into z plus 2. Now using partial fraction as well as usual same process, we will get a value 8 by 3 and b value 4 by 3. In this a and b value, we can substitute in this equation. We will get 8 by 3 into z minus 1 plus 4 by 3 into z plus 1. So what is this value? This entire value by using equation 2, it is yz by z. Y z by z into 8 by 3 into 1 by z minus 1 plus 4 by 3 into 1 divided by z plus 2. So taking z opposite direction, we get z divided by z minus 1 into plus 4 by 3 into z divided by z plus 2. Now taking inverse z transform on both sides. So z inverse of y of z equal to 8 by 3 into z inverse of z divided by z minus 1 plus 4 by 3 into z inverse of z divided by z plus 2. So in this value is 1. That means a power n. So 1 power n is 1, and here in this value is minus a power n. So that is minus 2 power n. So final answer is 4 by 3 into 2 plus minus 2 power n. This is our required equation. So I hope you are all understand this topic. So first we have to find, apply the z transform, and actually after that we can find the partial fraction, and finally we can substitute the inverse z transform. Okay, that is very important, and we will you can remember all the important standard